We're finally getting our first look at the face that could be the man running around acting like a cop and sexually assaulting women. Happened to two women in the span of 5 hours last Friday morning. The first assault happened on Nash Road in northwest Atlanta at 1 a.m. The second one just before 5 a.m. on Terrell Mill Road in Cobb County. Both victims met with a sketch artist today and described the man the best they could remember. Christy Etheridge is with our former police officer, Ron Jones, breaking it down for us. Guys, can you tell if it's the same guy?
It's hard to say. There are some obvious differences right off the bat. In this sketch, this one is from the victim out of Atlanta. You can clearly see he's wearing a hat in that one. But in the sketch right next to it, this one comes from the victim out of Cobb County. In this sketch, he's wearing glasses. You can actually see his hair, which is more of the buzz cut they were describing. And in this one, the victim obviously remembers him wearing a radio on his shoulder. But Ron, you've got the officer's eye. What do you see here? Could this be the same guy?
You know, I see some similarities here in the eyes, the nose, the mouth as well. But a police officer, when he or she hits the streets, they're looking more than just a sketch. Maybe they have a vehicle, like the make of the vehicle, the type of vehicle, the color of the vehicle, maybe a partial plate as well. So they'll put all these elements together, and if they see a guy that looks like that and everything's working out, then that means that they have probable cause. In other words, that means they have a legal right to pull this guy over and maybe do what's called a field lineup, and that is bringing the victim out to the street and saying, hey, is this the guy who did that?
Now, everybody is thinking in their memory, do they recognize someone like this? Atlanta and Cobb County are working together in this investigation since there are so many similarities. I caught up with Cobb County Sergeant Wayne Delk on why they still think this could be the same person despite the differences in the sketch.
There are always going to be some things that may or may not come out in that person's memory. One of the things they may remember the eyes more vividly. One victim may see the mouth more vividly, which is why even though these sketches may not appear to be that closely related, there may be some similarities that we aren't seeing, but that if we actually get a suspect, we can see that they may match up with certain similarities in one sketch and other aspects in the other sketch.
Another update in this case, Atlanta police now have a copy of the surveillance video I showed you last night. Remember, we were the first ones to see that video. But the family tells me the officers came to their house and they picked it up shortly after I left. And the police asked for the time period from midnight to 3 a.m. But police have not told me if they found any clues from that video. But Ron, we are staying on top of the story. Any update that comes out of this, we'll let you know.
Fantastic.